Hello, you're on time for New Vision TV News. I am Ruth Naseje. Now, 59-year-old Yayer Mujenyi has been living with HIV since 1992. She discloses to New Vision TV that before her husband succumbed to the virus, the two were cheating on each other, leading to the contraction of the virus. We have details to this story.
Out there somewhere.
Yayer Mujenyi is all combatant, strong and healthy. It is difficult to imagine that behind the infectious mouth she espouses is a deep pain of a life with a dreaded HIV. Mujenyi, a resident of Karambi, Ndiamambwa in Bunyangabo district, says she received the bad news of her HIV status 25 years ago. In 1992, the HIV infection in Uganda was at its peak. The government had set up information centers and had intensified the fight against the virus, whose prevalence rate was nearly 30%. Everyone was being encouraged to test, and Mujenyi took the bold step. She says there was every reason for her to go and test. After she had learned that her husband, who was a truck driver, had been cheating on her, she also decided to get an extramarital affair. She knew the consequences of such.
I wanted to test because I saw that Philip Taya singing that song. At the same time, I was not staying with my husband. My husband was a driver, driving those heavyweights lorry, going to Mombasa, 6 months without coming. When me, I'm at home alone. Now, he was cheating me. When me, I'm cheating him. That's how I didn't now see. I was thinking that sometimes I'm having over he's having.
When she was found positive, there were many options. Many people at the time did not know about the life-saving ARVs. She would opt for suicide, while others would cheat as much as they would to spread the virus far and wide in a desperate move. Besides, the ARVs were not readily available then and were very expensive to buy. There were no free ARVs as it is today. Whenever she would get an illness, she would go for painkillers. Her turning point was in 2003 when she got severe TB, herpes zoster, and she thought she was dying. A relief came in form of ARVs. She says her sister took care of her because her husband had died of HIV/AIDS related illnesses 8 years before.
In 1992, the medicine was very expensive. 1 point something to buy it, and it was not seen in Uganda here. Sometimes they are getting from outside. I said like that, except that when I have something which is paining me, I went to the hospital, they give me painkillers, and whatnot. Then 2000, I started getting fever off and on. They used to take me to the hospital. 3 weeks at the hospital, 1 day at home, like that. My hospital was like my home.
Which year was that?
2000. I was in Kilembe Hospital. Then all my body was having scratch. I was itching myself everywhere, and I was going down. But with God's plan, I stayed like that. 2003, that is when I got TB. Then they injected me, 60 injection at Buhinga Hospital. Then from there I got meningitis. Meningitis, it came 9 times. Then from there I got pneumonia. Other disease of mine, let me not say that it's mine, came on me, disturbing me, because I was weak. Then, when I got the last meningitis, my doctor told my sister, because he was the one looking at me, that you better buy for this woman drugs. She's going to live. Then they started buying for me drugs.
Which kind of drugs?
Of ARVs.
That was 2003.
2003. Okay. That is when they started buying for drugs. Their bottle was 90, what? It was 90.
90,000.
90,000, yeah. He bought. He bought it for a year.
Fortunately, none of her 7 children has got the virus. Since 2003, she has maintained her diet and takes her drugs religiously.
The drugs, I lose appetite. But then appetite came, started eating. Now I'm eating everything.
Please give, what kind of advice would you give to the young generation that, well, most of them don't even want to test for HIV. They don't want to know their status. As a person who has lived with it for quite some good time, which kind of advice would you give them?
Yeah, I'm giving the advice mostly the widow. Because I have seen the widow, people, they don't tell the truth that the man has died of AIDS. They are saying that it is fever, it is what, he got something, then he died. And yet we know that he's having HIV. Then those women started going. Let me, in my say I say that they are selling HIV. Please, I'm telling them not to do that. They stay with their status how they know, so that they can be okay.
For 25 years, Mujenyi lives a more fulfilling life, counseling fellow women who are HIV positive and giving them hope and reason to live. New Vision TV had an exclusive interview with Mujenyi. She will be sharing her life story in depth on how she has lived with HIV since 1992. I am Ruth Naseje for New Vision TV. Now moving on, 4 young Ugandans among 16 African engineers shortlisted for next year's prestigious prize for engineering innovation in Africa. The 2018 Africa Prize for Engineering Innovation recognizes the most talented African engineers from across sub-Saharan Africa. Brian Jita, one of the Ugandans nominated for the prize, is the developer of Matibabu, a low-cost reusable device that tests malaria quickly and accurately without drawing blood. His innovation has received global acclaim and funding from international bodies. His team was recognized by President Yoweri Museveni in 2015, who offered $50,000, which is 181 million shillings, in funding support. Other Ugandan inventors vying for the Continental Prize are Alvin Kabwana, whose UriSafe healthcare kit tests urine for infections quickly, accurately, and affordably. Arthur Woniala, the brains behind Hansa Energy Gas, a cheap biogas made from manure and safe for household use. And Lawrence Oketayot, who is behind Sparky Dryer, a low-tech dehydrator that dries fruits and vegetables to extend their shelf life and reduce food shortage. The Africa Prize was launched in 2014 by the Royal Academy of Engineering. Moving on to Ugandan doctors among a group of medics from all over the world who won the Marek Diabetes Award 2017 over the role in fighting diabetes. Doctors George Tinker and Samuel Moses Okello from Makerere University College of Health Sciences were awarded alongside other medics from Kenya, Ghana, India, United Arab Emirates, Indonesia, Mauritius, Niger, South Africa, Cambodia, Liberia, Malaysia, Burundi, and Cameroon. The awards, organized by the Marek Foundation, were part of the celebrations to mark the World Diabetes Day that falls every year on November 14th. And in our sports news, it will be an exciting moment towards Christmas period when the national motocross prospect Fortune Sentamu represents the Uganda team in the one-day Anya Singa Busogane Buganda motocrossing race that is expected to light up Gingertown on December 16th at Main Street Primary School Playground. The long-awaited event, organized by Tongo Sport, Uganda, and the Eastern Motor Club, has already attracted some of the top riders from various age groups from 3 to 75 years from the two regions. Togo Sport Uganda Director Joseph Mutaka revealed that the safety measures security has already been beefed up before the event. You're still watching New Vision TV, and in our daily Pearl of Africa series, we take a look at Luka town. Now, Luka is one of the municipalities in the Kalungu district of the Central region of Uganda. Luka is on Masaka-Kampala Highway, close to the shores of Lake Victoria and just south of the equator. This town is a great advantage to travelers who make stopovers to grab eatables to accompany them through the rest of their journey. Luka is a rather semi-developed town located in central Uganda in Kalungu district. Luka has become a main stop for long-distance travelers who explore Uganda. The travelers enjoy the chicken roasted along the road, gonja, and also a few drinks they grab to accompany their food. This is clearly represented here. Getting to Luka, which is on the Masaka-Kampala Highway, is approximately 103 kilometers by road, southwest of Kampala, Uganda's capital city. This town's infrastructure is in good shape, therefore easing transportation of goods and services. Now, for more Pearl of Africa stories, visit www.newvision.co.ug. Our newspaper, The Sunday Vision, is also another home of adventures, so get your copy every Sunday for Pearl of Africa stories. And that's all we had for you. Thank you for watching. Be sure to catch more of your news updates on your mobile phone, on your tablet, on your desktop, and anywhere on the go by visiting our website www.newvision.co.ug. I am Ruthi Naseje.